What's up, gentlemen? It's fall, and here in the U.S., it's American football season, and we're pretty excited about that. It's an exciting time of year. And gentlemen, I have some good news to share with you today. I don't know how many of you follow the National Football League, or we call the NFL, but this story I think even non-NFL fans will love. It's about a player who has been successfully living the red pill lifestyle, although I'm not sure he's aware of the red pill or even MGTOW. This summer, this player was featured in an article in Business Insider. The article discussed how the player was able to save every penny of his $16.3 million salary he has made thus far in his 5-year NFL career. This was refreshing to hear in a time when we mostly hear about athletes losing their fortunes almost as fast as they made them. The subject of this article is Mr. Robert James or Rob Gronkowski, nicknamed Gronk, who is a tight end for the New England Patriots. Before I get into the article, which I will link in the description box, let's take a second to see if you can guess what the contributing factors might be of how this NFL player was able to save all of his salary over the past 5 years. Just think about it for a second. So the title of this article read, Rob Gronkowski hasn't spent a penny of the $16.3 million in salary he has made in his NFL career. The article is very short, so I'll just read it to you. Rob Gronkowski has made a little over $16.3 million in 5 seasons playing for the New England Patriots and has saved all of it. Peter King of the mmqb.com posted some excerpts from Gronkowski's coming autobiography, It's Good to Be Gronk. Among these excerpts was a tidbit on Gronk's thriftiness. And Gronk was quoted as saying, "To this day, I still haven't touched one dime of my signing bonus or NFL contract money. I live off my marketing money and haven't blown it on any big money, expensive cars, expensive jewelry, or tattoos, and still wear my favorite pair of jeans from high school." So that's what Gronk had to say. By star athlete standards, Gronkowski did not make much money when he first entered the NFL as a second-round draft pick. His first contract included a $1.8 million signing bonus, and his salaries during his first 2 seasons were $320,000 and $450,000 respectively, according to Supertrack.com. But that changed after his second season in the league when he signed a 6-year, $54 million contract with an $8 million signing bonus. And yet it sounds as if Gronk is still living like an underpaid rookie. Now, I thought the part about him living like a, quote, underpaid rookie was a little bit over the top, but you get the point. Gronk is living well within, or actually below, his means. Let's look at what Business Insider didn't tell us. There is an important fact that the author leaves out. There is another aspect of Gronk's life besides his frugality that has contributed to his financial success. Many of you might have guessed it already. Yes, Rob Gronkowski has never been married, nor does he have any kids. With all his success, you can imagine the tremendous social pressure he is constantly under to couple with a female. At this point in his life, the alimony hunters and child support hounds are probably coming after him in droves. He didn't have an exclusive girlfriend for years because, in his own words, quote, women are crazy. But now he's dating an ex-Patriots cheerleader turned TV reporter. My hope is that Gronk continues to play it smart and does not cohabitate with or marry this woman. I guess time will tell. But consider for a second, how much different do you think his life, financially and otherwise, might be if he would have done like many of his peers and gotten married and had children? Well, it might have looked similar to something like this.
He needs to let me know what's going on with my accounts. Why can't nobody find him? All of a sudden, nobody can find him. Man, it's been going on for the last 3 to 4 months. Every time I call about my accounts or what have you, he's always gone.
Right.
Football season is on a standstill, so
right.
I have no income at this point, none. On top of that, you talk about the mortgage of all the real estate that I do have, and on top of that, child support.
It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better.
When I was in Cincinnati, we went through the whole little audit thing, and they brought my credit report going back as far as 2004, when I was for sure making money. My credit is like in the 500s, 600s.
You got a freaking black card. How is your credit?
But I just don't get it.
You know, women can be dream killers. You know, Rob Gronkowski has more financial freedom and net worth than some of his peers who have been in the league a decade longer than him and who have made a lot more money than him. Now, Gronk may come off as an immature playboy, but I'm not buying it. I'm sure he has wisely observed what happened to many successful athletes who choose to get married in this gynocentric climate. And I'm sure he's much smarter than he portrays himself. I wonder if cases like Terrell Owens or the former New York Giants star Michael Strahan, who had to fork over half his net worth to his ex, almost $20 million. I wonder if the things like that has affected his decision to stay single for so long. Or has he taken a page or two out of the retired Yankees Derek Jeter's playbook? Maybe a combination of both. At any rate, I wish Gronk a long and successful career, and I pray he can steer clear of the pitfalls that could derail his happiness and success. Now, this part of the message is mainly for you young men out there that might be listening who are, you know, you're successful craftsmen, or maybe you're successful professionals and you've never been married and you don't have any kids. You don't have to be a millionaire or pro athlete to be targeted by these alimony hunters and child support hounds. Women are very good at discerning which men have excess resources that they could potentially, gain for themselves through the various stratagems. So what can you young, successful MGTOW learn from this story? Well, I can think of a few things right off the top of my head. Number one is observe and learn from the mistakes of others. Some people say that experience is the best teacher. Well, you know, I've had my ass kicked by experience many times, and I'm telling you, it's not always the best teachers. Sometimes the best teacher is just by precept and observation. Okay. Number two, don't succumb to the shaming tactics. You might hear things like, oh, you're too selfish to get married, or you're too immature. Oh, it'd be nice not to have any responsibility. How come you don't want to get married? Are you gay? Are you hurt? Are you afraid of commitment? And garbage like that. Listen, I can speak from experience, and I'm sure a lot of other dudes here can attest to what I'm about to say. All those trying to shame you into marriage and fatherhood, they do not have your best interest in mind, and they will be nowhere to be found if you follow their advice and shit hits the fan. You'll be on your own trying to pick up the pieces. So just remember that, and don't let any of these females, manginas, or simps who are sipping on haterade faze you. They're most likely jealous of your happiness and freedom. And three, most importantly, don't live your life or make decisions based on trying to impress or please females. Take the case of Terrell Owens. I mean, he made over $80 million in his career, right? And he was in an interview explaining how did he lose $80 million? Why is he filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy? And despite the fact that he expressed a desire to help other athletes not make the same mistake he hasn't even learned his lesson. You know, he blamed family and friends and bad financial advisors. Okay, which, I think that's legit. That's true. I mean, maybe that'll account for 20 million, but that don't account for the 80 million. you know, and he's still marrying and having kids, even when he's, filed for Chapter 11. I mean, yeah, I think he was having his 5th kid when he's going through bankrupt. You'll probably never hear him admit that chasing pussy and his desire to impress females was a major contributing factor in his downfall. You know, and like a lot of us, you know, he's probably raised in a single mother household, didn't have, you know, a father to teach him planning and to think ahead. You know, a lot of times, and this is not a diss to single mothers, it's just that it highlights the importance of fathers. You know, fathers teach children, especially their sons, how to think strategically and long range, right? And I see many of these single mothers raising their boys not to be men, but really to be women, you know, thinking the same way, you know, very short-sighted. So, that was a little bit of a tangent, but, you know, the main point is, you know, stay the course. Sometimes it can be ahead, or sometimes it can be hard. You're going to have detractors, you know, trying to sway you or put you down or shame you. But, you know, pay them no never mind. Just smile and have a good time like Mr. Gronk. Well, that's all I have for you today. Oh no, I got one more thing. I'm going to try to do this, regularly. I have a MGTOW joke of the week. Okay, MGTOW joke of the week. What do a marriage and a tornado have in common? In the beginning, there's a lot of blowing and sucking, and in the end, someone loses a house.